God-level duplication system. Chapter 9. Special Constitution. Just as everyone had different expressions on their faces and were shocked by Lin Xuan's performance, no one noticed that not too far away, the white-robed middle-aged man who even the patriarch, Lin Kixing, feared had already left. On the arena, the judge, Li He, looked at Lin Xuan. He was also stunned for a long time, unable to regain his senses. He originally thought that Lin Xuan would lose this match. Furthermore, Lin Xuan would most likely be defeated in seconds, and would suffer serious injuries. However, what exceeded his expectations was that after the exchange of blows, not only did Lin Xuan not lose, he also did not fall into a disadvantageous position. After a series of intense battles, Lin Xuan had forcefully defeated Lin Yun, who was at the peak of the body refinement level 9, even though he was only at the body refinement level 7. This could be said to have created a brand new record in Lin family. This had broken his imagination. This had really shocked him. At this moment, he had barely managed to regain his senses, but the shock in his heart had not weakened in the slightest. He looked at Lin Xuan with a complicated gaze and announced in a clear voice, "Lin Xuan has won this challenge." At this moment, Lin Xuan was looking at the attribute panel in the void in front of him. In the attribute panel, the total amount of energy points had exceeded 50,000. This made Lin Xuan extremely happy. Such a harvest had already exceeded his expectations. Not to mention, after today, the spectators of the major powers would return. They would spread the news of what happened in the Lin family's strength inspection to the entire Green Jade City. This would cause a huge commotion in the Green Jade City, and bring him a large amount of energy points. He believed that these energy points were enough for him to replicate the abilities of the upper echelons of the Lin family. At this moment, Li He began to speak. Lin Xuan also reacted. He put away the attribute panel and nodded at Li He. With a faint smile on his face, he walked down the arena. He had even defeated the original number 1 genius, Lin Yun. There was naturally no need for him to continue staying in the arena. Next, he just had to wait for his harvest. As soon as Li He finished speaking, a loud bang was heard once again from the arena. Everyone's eyes were fixed on Lin Xuan, and they were filled with disbelief, envy, and reverence. From today onwards, Lin Xuan would replace Lin Yun as the new number 1 genius of Lin family. He would also become one of the 4 great geniuses of Green Jade City. He was worthy of their respect. Wherever Lin Xuan passed, everyone took the initiative to retreat, opening a wide path. This was the glory that Lin Yun had received earlier. Lin Xuan returned to Lin Xian's side with a smile on his face. "Xian, I've said it before. I'm fine." Lin Xuan held Lin Xian's hand and said with a smile. "Yes." Lin Xian said with a gentle smile, "Lin Xuan, when did you become so strong?" "I don't even know. Sorry, I hid it from you for so long." Lin Xuan held Lin Xian in his arms. He said gently, "Just take this as a surprise for you, okay?" "Okay." Lin Xian leaned on Lin Xuan and did not continue to ask about this matter. As expected, the IQ of women in love was negative. Lin Xuan thought to himself. At the same time, he heaved a sigh of relief. Regarding this aspect, he hadn't thought of how to explain it yet. As for the system, it would be the same as his background. It would be his biggest secret. He would never tell this to anyone else. After the referee announced the result, Lin Yun was carried away to treat his injuries. The challenge continued. However, with Lin Xuan's previous 3 consecutive matches, especially each match was more exciting than the last. In the end, even Lin Yun was defeated by Lin Xuan, and Lin Xuan became the new number 1 genius of Lin family. In comparison, the challenges that followed were much more boring. Most of the people's eyes were still focused on Lin Xuan, and they were still in a state of shock. Lin Xuan was also chatting and laughing with Lin Xian, but he didn't show any unusual expression on his face. Deep in Lin Xuan's eyes, there was some seriousness. Name, Lin Xian. Cultivation, body refinement level 8. Talent, top grade cultivation talent, low grade strength, low grade speed talent. Special physique, spiritual body, unawakened. Martial arts, wave palm, top grade rank 2, small completion, flower hand, rank 2, mid grade, and spirit snake steps, low grade rank 2, small completion. The treasure Lin Xian carried with her. Lin Xuan was also shocked when he saw Lin Xian's attribute panel. He did not expect that Lin Xian's talent was not any worse than Lin Yun's. The grade of the martial arts she cultivated was also much higher. Lin Xian's strength was probably not weaker than Lin Yun's, or even stronger than Lin Yun's. It was just that Lin Xian rarely attacked, so she did not show her strength. Lin Xuan did not think that his fiancée would hide so much. If not for him being able to see the other people's attribute panel, perhaps no one would know about this matter. What shocked Lin Xuan was that Lin Xian had the legendary special physique, the spiritual body. Although he didn't know what the spiritual body was, he had some understanding of the special physique. The special physique could be said to be the favored child of the heavens. Those who possessed it were naturally gifted. When cultivating, breaking through realms was as simple as eating and drinking. It was rumored that the worst special physique was also much stronger than the top-grade innate talent. Lin Xuan also did not expect Lin Xian to have a special physique. Lin Xian had a special physique, which meant that she would be extraordinary in the future. Lin Xuan could not help feeling a sense of urgency in his heart. If he wanted to be worthy of his fiancée, he would have to work hard to cultivate. Otherwise, if he was left far behind by Lin Xian, even if Lin Xian did not mind, he would not be able to bear this. At the same time, Lin Xuan also had a bad feeling in his heart. Lin Xian naturally did not detect any abnormalities. However, deep within her beautiful eyes, there was also a trace of worry that could not be dispersed. Lin Xuan very quickly shook off these feelings. He was a man who possessed a golden finger, so there was no need to fear that he would not be able to match up to a special physique. Lin Xuan had also recovered quite a bit. Oh right, the golden finger. Lin Xuan's eyes lit up. He could try to replicate Lin Xian's special physique. If he could succeed, then he would have profited greatly. He could do it if he wanted to. Immediately, a thought flashed through Lin Xuan's mind. Consumed 3,000 energy points. Duplicated successfully. Obtained top-grade cultivation talent. Consumed 500 energy points. Duplicated successfully. Obtained wave palm, top-grade rank 2, small completion. Duplication failed. He quickly duplicated it. Lin Xuan's expression was grave. Duplication was usually successful. If it failed, it was because the treasure duplicating the energy points had exceeded the grade of the treasure he could duplicate. Could the grade of this special physique be so high? Immediately, Lin Xuan consumed even more energy points and attempted to duplicate again. This time, he still failed to duplicate it. Looks like even if this special constitution did not awaken, its grade is still extremely high. Lin Xuan temporarily gave up on duplicating it. Perhaps he could use the remaining energy points on the upper echelons of Lin family. He couldn't waste them like this. After that, Lin Xuan chose to use the treasure that he had just obtained.